Locked on sight with a target, and I got you in the crosshair like Scarlet. Move like a boss, let it rain on a poncho. Tell them let's ride, then we slide in the Bronco. This what we doing, yeah, you know where the mood at. Sames come marching, they ain't gotta ask who that. Move back, tell them let's move back. You ain't Stella, you just gotta get your groove back. Don is the nicest, trails with the violence. March the
Yeah, there it is.
You already know it's Wednesday nights, the best in the West. You already know who it is. Welcome to Sports for You Wrestling number 47. I mean, you read the title, the headlines is everywhere. Are we about to see the Chuck Taylors this week? Or are we about to see the Chuck Taylors this week?
Well, they getting dusted off somehow. Somehow they're getting dusted off. They're getting nice and fresh.
Yes, sir. Speaking of nice and fresh, I'm Trail. That's my guy John.
Yeah.
And as you just heard, if you can't figure out who that was, shout out to the Ether King himself, Dallas Cash, for providing the lyrics to the intro. Fire as always. Wanted to wait till after Clash in Paris to drop that, so we've been having that in the roster. So that was our remix, if you will. So shout out to Cash wherever he's at, man. If you're watching, appreciate you. Man, Memorial Day was Memorial Day. I mean, Labor Day was Labor Day, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. It was great. It was a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. Fans were out of control, good and bad. We had some family drama over the weekend and on Monday night. So I'm ready to dive into all this because there's a whole lot of stuff that went down between Sunday and Monday, and I'm ready to talk about it. What about you?
Let's go. I'm ready. Let's get it going. Let's get it on.
Hey, whoa, hey.
Oh, sorry.
Eat pump fake, Spartacus.
Not like Marvin Gaye said, but like Mills Lane would say before Tyson fought Holyfield, minus the ear biting, of course.
Well, you know, that narrator's going to escape those allegations.
Yeah.
What up, Dylan? Shout out to Dylan. Hey, man. But first, let's start the biggest news that came out of Friday SmackDown. Our guy, the Karen of the North, the Captain Conspiracist himself, Sammy Uso, the new United States champion.
Wow.
Basically new to the job, new to the brand, and already beat Solo Sikoa for the championship. What's going on, Bella Brick City in the building? Shout out to the world champion Eagles. Good luck to y'all this season. And that's all I'll say about that. But John, how you feeling about Sam Uso getting some gold from the United States?
It was a little shocking, but then when I went back to watch it, I wasn't too shocked because it was kind of like a pseudo home game for him because it was in France and he's a French Canadian. So I when I think about it, how they was already singing for him when he was doing the backstage segment. So then when he came out, the crowd was up. It kind of makes sense that he's the champ. I'm shocked. I'm not too shocked Solo lost because I just figured Sammy's going in there and he's basically saying, I'm not going in there as the underdog. Sammy's saying you're going against WrestleMania main eventer Sami Zayn. So I'm like, oh, so he's feeling himself right now. He's feeling like, okay,
he said that shit right in front of Jimmy too, and Jimmy was like, yep, I know.
Yeah, that was crazy. Say it right in front of the dude that you beat at WrestleMania too. It's like, yeah, he was feeling himself. And clearly it paid off.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about you, but I kind of feel – I mean, I love Sammy, obviously. I kind of feel a certain way about it because this man, Solo, went to war. Jacob Fatu needed all of MFT to beat Jacob, not once but twice. You mean to tell me Sami Zayn just pull up and says, I got your number, I'm the bloodline killer?
I can't call him and it sounds crazy, but I don't know if calling him the bloodline. He's not the bloodline killer, but damn, he's making a good case for it.
Shout out to Faith. Feel better.
Feel better.
As always, health as well. Protect that first. Tolo for the you. But I mean, I guess I went overboard by saying he's a bloodline killer. But it's almost like whenever there's a big defeat within the bloodline, he's somewhere involved or has something to do with it. So he can literally stake claim of. I mean, he didn't beat Roman Reigns for the championship, obviously, but you can easily stake the claim. He can easily stake claim like, hey, I put down the Usos, I put down Solo.
Yep.
It's like no one else couldn't beat Solo.
That's
had a hard time to beat him, but Sammy came in and did it by himself.
Pretty much.
So it's like make that make sense.
It's a lot of stuff. Like, are we being oversaturated with Sami Zayn now? So I don't know. I don't buy into it, but it's like I can get what people are saying about it though.
Yeah.
Because I can see what people are saying about it. Okay, now it's not everything like Karen Cross was saying about him is really coming true, but I want to see where this goes starting Friday.
Same. Good looking out. I didn't notice that until now. I gotta somehow. It doesn't let you change your name while inside the studio. Huh. Uno memento.
Okay, go ahead.
John, tell the people about yourself.
All right. So, CC's struggling some technicals with it on the technicals, but back to what he was talking about with Sami Zayn in regards to his now United States Championship reign. I think the question is really going to be, where does he go from here? Obviously, we're seeing now that Sami Zayn is now on SmackDown, and we're going to get to what's going on with Jimmy. But now it's him and Jacob now on versus the MFTs. Does this mean he's going to side with Jacob and continue to take down Solo? Or does Solo get the belt back? Because, like I said, this was a pseudo home game for Sami being in France. He's from Montreal. He speaks French fluently. So it's not a shocker to me that – what up, Candace? Trey will be back in a second. It's not a shocker to me that he won when I saw how over he was with that crowd. Like Lena was saying, I think it was rushed since he just got back to SmackDown. Should have built it up more. I can see, yeah. I can say I was a little shocked he won, but when I saw where he was, and like I said, it was a pseudo home game for him, so it made perfect sense for him to not walk out of France with the title. Now, like I was just saying it before Terrell gets back in the studio, where does he go from here?
I feel like myself now. Yeah.
So like I was saying to the audience, like Lena was saying in the comments, it felt she thinks it's rushed. Should have happened a bit more, but I agree. And what they said, like I was saying, he was so over in France. He's pretty much, like I said, it's a pseudo home game for him. I mean, Soto would have got major heat if he would have still retained the title.
Yeah,
but I don't know. They're just I don't know why they're just somehow this riding this Sami Zayn wave. I guess till the wheels fall off. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either because you came over, said I'm no longer chasing the big title. Now I want yours, and instead of having him, at least have something happen where Sammy loses and you can have him win it at WrestlePalooza.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you give it to him off the rip, and he wins it off the rip, and it's like, well, all right. I'm anxious to see what happens moving forward as far as the U.S. Championship goes. Because if Solo gets a rematch at WrestlePalooza, what was the point of taking the title off of him anyway? You could just wait until then. So now you're gonna have Solo lose twice. But if it's not Solo, who do you see next for Sami Zayn as his first challenger?
Whew. I really don't know. Unless this, I mean, see, obviously, Carmelo Hayes would be the first person I think about. Miz could be obviously they are the heels got to be. Do they maybe try to see Uncle Howdy go after him? I don't know, but I think more so they found some way to get the belt. Carmelo Hayes gets the belt off Sami Zayn somehow. I don't know how he does it, but somehow I think this was set up for his run to be a United States champion.
Well, if that's the case, wouldn't it have been? I don't know. Yeah, but because it looks like we were on our way to Melo Don't Miz split, and wouldn't that put Melo as a babyface?
Yeah, but I think somehow I don't know. I don't know how he gets it. I'm trying to figure out how do we get there. I just know how we get there because obviously he was on his way to being a babyface, and then he made that he cut that promo on the Motor City Machine Guns on Friday, which was heelish.
Yeah.
So I don't know how he gets there to get to the title, but I think he does get the title. I just trying to figure out how you get there, because obviously outside of Solo, what other relevant heels are really on SmackDown?
Yeah, because if like you mentioned earlier, if Uncle Howdy gets his hands on Sami Zayn, what chances do Melo have to even get in that championship without any backup? Because the Y6 did say they did make that clear. They're getting everything that's owed to them. So I don't see Uncle Howdy going for the championship. If you catch my drift,
right?
The only one that's there is the United States Championship.
Ooh.
So you know what I'm saying? So like, it didn't make any sense why they rushed Sami Zayn so quick, especially if there's a whole lot of players in that field and Melo's been wanting a championship shot. Or who knows? Maybe Melo will still get his opportunity, but if Sami Zayn's hot right now, I don't like Melo's chances at all.
Yeah, I don't know how we get. Like I said, I don't know how we get there. I wish I think one day we will, but I don't know how we get there right now. Because Sammy is just he's right. He's got a moment. He's riding a wave of momentum right now that you just can't knock. What up, JoJo?
Yeah, that's crazy. JoJo, what up? But yeah, that's like basically the big story because Cody Rhodes isn't back yet. Shout out to him shooting a Street Fighter movie after he got his face through an announce door a couple weeks ago. So that was a good send off for him. But looking forward to seeing that movie when that comes out because there's a lot of wrestlers in that movie. Yeah. What up, PSP? Drill, Undisputed Podcast is in the building. But that was the big news coming out of SmackDown. Nothing else really newsworthy, so to speak. So let's get on to Labor Day weekend, and that was Clash in Paris. Before anything, shout out to the Rose Gang out there in Texas for allowing the brand to hosting the brand as we invaded ATD for Clash in Paris. Shout out to FaZe, shout out to Money, shout out to Leslie for having us. The girls made their debut.
Yes, they did.
On YouTube, and we showed out the best way we could. And of course, they showed out the best way they could. If you missed it, go back. It was a time to be had. You know, a few of it was at John's expense, but hey, the man's always been such a trooper. But
yeah, love y'all too.
But yeah, man, shout out to them, and shout out to Vanessa and the family for letting us host that event, and also Tribal Warzone as well. So good people over there. We are officially endorsed by the Rose Gang. So shout out to that family as well. Absolutely. But yeah, let's get on to Clash in Paris. And this match in particular, none of us really cared about. But based on what we saw afterwards, we saw why it happened the way it happened. And that was Becky Lynch versus Nikki Bella for the women's IC title match. I'm not the biggest Nikki hater, nor am I the biggest Nikki supporter.
Right.
But the woman had a lot of they showed out JoJo, but Nikki did have a few botches in that match. I thought the match was kind of like in the beginning and a few in the middle, like
Yeah.
But it got where it needed to go. Becky Lynch retained as expected. I don't think anyone in the universe had Nikki Bella winning the championship, but I thought WWE would have. I thought I wouldn't put it past WWE to flip that script and give it to Nikki, but now I see why they didn't. But what did you think of that match?
Yeah, it was whatever. I mean, like I said, there was a lot of botches, especially the spot with the announce table. I don't know what the heck was that supposed to be patty cake? I don't know what the heck that was. But
ma'am, you okay?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that was. It was like it was like they was playing. It's like they was playing double dutch. I don't know what the heck was that. But anyway, it was. I mean, it served its purpose. It was a filler. And look, Nikki Bella's still popular. Or not popular. She still has her fan base within the WWE universe. Hate it or love it, ladies, gentlemen. So just let it go. But the match served its purpose because we all know there was a bigger plan in the future.
That's your fault. Anyway, AJ Lee.
I see what it feels like, huh?
If AJ Lee return, she would take. Well, let's
ease into.
Easy there, Spartacus. We just talked about how WWE moved too fast on giving Sami Zayn a championship. We still got a possible mixed tag team match to go through first. Then let's woohoo.
Let's pump the brakes. Let's pump the brakes.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm not for. You're the one. You were the first person that they ball out. Now you want to talk about the segment? All right.
This seems like BS. The Tahanas be on, man. They all right. See the Tahanas be on that BS, man. Okay. I don't like Nikki Bella.
They want to tell half the truth. Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, go get an eye drop.
Oof. Yikes. Not the eye drop.
I'm like, dude.
But that match was what it was. Her winning, I got why he was winning. She won because man, the man's night wasn't done. That's for sure. So we get to that. We get to that later. But this match, I want to talk about Sheamus and Rusev. This match was another banger after another banger they've done, after another banger they done, after another banger they done.
That's right.
Off of a couple of beer barrels, that was pretty much a dope spot to see. I'm with you, Nessa. They can fight forever. This is one of the best of 7 series they put on. Well, Sheamus has put on because this isn't his first best of 7. So while we're actually on the topic of this match, first let me get your thoughts on this match and WWE giving Rusev the victory.
It was the match of the night. To me, it was the match of the night, and they just went out there and beat the living crap out of each other. I mean, you can shillelaghs, beer kegs, you name it. It was just all out brawl, and I was here for it. I'm like the spot where it was at. Sheamus still shows that whenever he gets in front of that international crowd, it brings something out. But Rusev, this was his moment. I'm glad he got it. And I listened to him in the post on the Clash of Paris recap with Sam Roberts and Megan Moran. And everyone's trying to bring up Rusev Day. He don't want to hear that.
Yeah,
he buried that with the quickness. So don't bring up Rusev Day. But it was his day because he went out there and he gave Sheamus these hands and made him tap out with the shit from choking on the shillelagh.
that was a long ass shillelagh too.
Pause.
Yeah, it had to be said, but it was.
Yep.
But yeah, I love the match. I love the physicality. I love physical matches between two Europeans. While Rusev's not European, he's from Bulgaria, but foreigners know how to throw down. But chat, I have a question for y'all. John, I definitely have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
In the years on this earth that we've watched wrestling, there hasn't been many, but there's been a good amount of best of 7 series matches. What was your favorite best of 7 series match in the history of watching wrestling? And chat, that goes for y'all too. What was y'all favorite best of 7 if y'all have one?
Favorite best of 7. Oh boy, I can think. Austin Rock obviously had their matches.
I mean, like legit best of 7 to the point they were calling it the best of 7.
This might be up there. Definitely in recent memory. This one might be up there for sure. This one might be up there for sure with there because every match they had was just an all-out brawl. So if I can think right now, it's hard for me to think right now. What up, Justin?
What's up,
Justin? In the house. I'm gonna go right now. I'm gonna say this one, but if anyone has something in the chat that can refresh my memory, but this really was one of them that really caught my eye. Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre I liked that one. Overall wrestling, we can go. I mean, overall with wrestling, we can talk about the Elite versus the Death versus Death Triangle. I mean,
that's right.
I mean, we was there that night
for the finale.
For the finale, and that was a banger. I mean, overall, that's one of my favorites. I would think about, and then, I probably lean this match with Sheamus and Rusev. I could really think of right now because they had some. They really just whooped. They just whooped ass. Clearly, sorry, just whooped ass.
Yeah. Justin, have your people call our people. You know, we still got to chop it up anyway.
Yes. Right.
Lena says she likes the best of 7 series between Edge and Triple H in 2002.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a good one. I actually have a personal favorite best of 7, and this is gonna take you all the way back. Oh, but first, the draft.
Who's going on the draft line was closed. Call me back when we got the pick when the pick is in.
All right, so this one goes way back, and it's back in WCW. Let's say late 90s for the television championship.
I think I know where you're going. Yeah,
Booker T, Chris Benoit, their best of 7 was a classic because we all knew how technically sound Chris Benoit was, but having Booker T go the distance like that with him basically put Booker T on the map as a single star after breaking away from Harlem Heat. This is pretty much, in my opinion, Booker T's coming out party to show that, hey, I'm a blue chipper. You can rely on me to, carry the show when need be. I mean, it was somewhat tainted at the end by interference from Bret Hart towards the end of that best of 7, but those guys put on a classic every time they got into the ring. So I loved that one. And for me, the second one was actually Sheamus and Cesaro.
That's exactly where I was going.
Their bangers went so well that they wound up winning the tag team titles together. And I was there. Yep. And I was there that night when his whole front roll of his grill got pushed up his face when he hit that turnbuckle. It was no mercy. I remember that. I was like, the hell happened to his face? And I looked and he kind of smiled. I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, man.
That was brutal. And ever since then, Claudio's
always wear a mouth guard.
Always wears a mouth guard. Never leaves home without it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he had emergency dental work done. He was good by the next SmackDown. But yeah, that was my favorite best of 7, Booker T and Chris Benoit, because those mid-card matches in WCW basically filled up. They were filler matches, but they were very, very good matches. Cruiserweights, mid-cards for like the TV championship. Yes. Those were the workhorse titles back then. And yeah, so shout out to Booker T, because that's the only person I can really shout out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was a whole lot of fun. And then so we're gonna move on to the franchise and the Maverick. John's favorite hero, his resident twin from the city of Boston. John Cena, Logan Paul. That match wasn't bad. Cena's still putting in that work, and now we have 8 dates remaining with the franchise before he calls it a career and retires. So on his ninth day appearance, he put on another banger. I mean, he beat Logan Paul, but it was a good match. What'd you think of it?
I said it was a banger, and I'm gonna say he did a lot for Logan Paul in that match. A lot. I mean, I know people don't like Logan Paul, the person, but he showed that John Cena put him in a position where he can be successful, and he did that night. But Cena got the dub, which I'm happy for. What up, Sheed? He got the dub, which I was happy for, which I kind of expected. But he did a lot for Logan Paul, and hopefully Logan Paul takes what he learned from being in the ring with John Cena and continue to take this position he's in at being in professional wrestling as an influencer to another level, and see that you actually do have someone like John Cena who really is giving you the certified stamp of approval to get in the ring. Now, what you do, how you go from here is on you. Cena laid the blueprint. Now, what are you going to do with the blueprint? Are you going to elevate to another level, or are you just going to stay in the lobby? That's what the question going to be. But it was a good match. Cena showing, look, I can still go in my late 40s for as much as I'm banged up and my body's just broken down and I can't do this full time anymore. He's showing what he did, and shout out to Monty's new adopted son.
Yeah. Now, Logan Paul is 30 years old. What's your timetable, in your personal opinion, on when this man is going to actually become either World Heavyweight Champion or WWE Champion?
I give about 2-3 years. I give about 2 more. Give more. Let's see where things go, because I see that there's a lot of other people who could be in line to get a world title shot. But give him about maybe another 2 years, maybe another 2 years, or maybe at worst a year, maybe by this time next year. But I'm gonna say give him about 2-3 years, and we'll definitely see if he's taking this, if he's proven enough to now be a world champion in this business. And I think he will actually have and learn that now he's gonna have to be a full and be a don't be an absentee champion, because obviously you can still be a part-timer champion, but make sure if you hold that belt, you know the responsibility that comes with it.
Oh yeah.
Know what comes with putting gold. You got the United States title, but when you and the prestige that came with that, but when you are the guy, you got to know that that everybody's watching you, and they're waiting for you to fail, and they're waiting for you, and there's going to be people behind that you work with in that locker room who are going to do whatever they can to get their shot. So I give him about 2-3 years, and let's see where he's at mentally. We already know he's there physically and athletically, but has he got the mental to what it takes to be a world champion in professional wrestling? You know, he can take the heat as a heel, but now he's gonna be dissected in ways you never thought YouTube could dissect you.
Yeah, because he definitely got the marketing down with that. Imagine him going all over the place with the championship on his show. Next time his brother has a fight, imagine just him pulling up with the WWE Championship or the World Heavyweight Championship on the shoulder, basically giving, WWE as a company some shine while, doing the boxing thing. So that'd be dope seeing that. So I think, and plus the man can cut a promo and talk. So you got to worry about Logan Paul selling a show, because he's going to sell whatever people want to buy to see someone punch him in the face and take the title off of him. But I think I like the schedule he has, because he's already had 2 championship matches, an Elimination Chamber match, and a few Royal Rumble matches.
2 Elimination Chamber matches.
Right. So he can't have so many championship matches and lose.
Right.
So I don't know what his next feud is going to be, because obviously his feud with John Cena was this match was one and done, because Cena's Nemesis tour continues. Up next, I'm pretty much assuming it's going to be the Beast Incarnate, which and WrestlePalooza on ESPN. I cannot wait, because they're loading up ESPN.
Yes, they are.
They're stacked. It's basically Netflix all over again.
This is what they're doing for the first show. They want to hit a home run with the first PLE in the ESPN era. They're coming for the jugular. But let's see what happens. But yeah, they're ready for this. They're ready for this moment.
Yeah. So I'm with you. I won't be surprised if, I would say maybe this time next year, depending on who's the world heavyweight champion, I can see Logan Paul win. Hell, if they want to test the waters, have him win Money in the Bank.
We almost had it. We almost had it in London. We were close.
Have him win Money in the Bank, and then the higher ups can figure out which way they want to go with this. I'm pretty sure they already have it figured out by the time he wins it. But I would say have him win that match. What's going on, boss? Yeah, I came across some on the internet today, and it made me put these glasses on. So y'all see why later. Because usually when these come on, like nothing good happens. Lena said she hoped we get Michin versus Julia at WrestlePalooza. Yes. Michin on a PLE on ESPN is good for me. Make it happen.
That's good for me too.
Make it happen. Justice for Michin. Will Michin win? I don't know, because it is Julia. So I'll be shocked and happy if she wins. But I would not be shocked if she loses. But the fact that she's on the PLE,
Yep.
I'm cool. I'm fine with that. But if I see what W is gonna do, they don't see that Women's United States Championship as a big deal. They're gonna have it on SmackDown. Watch.
Yep. Yep. What up, Kev?
Neighborhood Postman, Uncle Kev. What's going on? Shout out to y'all on the Hummer Rose with the Dominic Mysterio tribute. With Nessa and Angel. Good show. If you haven't checked out, check out the Hummer Roses. They good people. Fun, wholesome, good people. They never get into trouble. There's never any chaos in that show.
Hey, and congrats to Kev making that announcement the other day. That was dope. So prayers for him and the missus.
Yeah. Little Kev.
Yeah, we got a baby postman on the way.
Oh man, I wasn't here last week for that. So shout out to you, Kev, and shout out to Kevin Cash on their debut over the weekend as well for their show.
Oh yeah, they took us to the cookout.
So while at a cookout, by the way. But shout out to y'all, man. That y'all are killing on that show. Shout out to the new bundle of joy, the new edition. So Uncle Kev got a young one. Yes, John, Zach, whoever. Yes, we got it. Baby back rib day. We got it.
Shout out to the ribs.
Appreciate it. Shout out to the burner account. I mean,
hey yo.
But yeah, so this next match is the one that I was hoping to have Faith and Marty on, but again, well wishes to them as they, fight through the sickness. And this was the Battle of the Usos. The tribal chief, the original tribal chief, Roman Reigns, defeated the tribal thief, Big Bronson Reed. And their match was a physical match. I loved it. Bronson Reed keeps getting better and better and better and impressive and more impressive by the day. At the end of the day, Roman Reigns got the dub. Paul Heyman, being the snake in the grass he is, still trying to kiss Roman Reigns' ass. Roman Reigns got his shoes back, but he got more than his shoes. After he tried to choke out Paul Heyman with the guillotine, Braun Breaker came in and hit this man with a 6 spear, and then another. Well, actually, he didn't come in and hit him with a 6 spear. It was when he was on the outside. This dude popped up on a tightrope on the barricade and speared Roman Reigns to the table. And well, the shop started to open up on Roman Reigns because the man got the worst ass whooping I have ever seen Roman Reigns get in his entire career. And I follow Roman Reigns since FCW, and I've never seen him get beat down like he got beat down. I mean, someone can say Brock Lesnar, but I mean, German suplexes and a couple F5s, that ain't nothing compared to the ass whooping this man got. Multiple spears, at least 3-4 tsunamis.
Yeah, it was a rough watch.
Two of them on the stretcher.
It was a rough watch.
I mean, they made Team Braun look unstoppable until Jay finally was able to make the save, only to eat a spear himself from Braun Breaker ahead of his championship match that he had going on later in the night. But John, what a way to open the card in France. I mean, Roman Reigns came out. It was like he was like the mayor of Paris. I mean, they was serenading this man for at least a good 10 minutes before they even locked up. Yeah, Braun laid the trapper chief off. Oh, out. My bad. Hey. But they, I mean, I've never seen. It was sad to watch. we couldn't really watch when we was doing our watch on because it was bad to watch, but it was a good way to send him off, considering that the head of the table has to go play a final boss in the Street Fighter movie, as he is the character Okuma. If so, without TJ, hey man, ATD's not here, so but relax. Jojo, don't do that. I didn't say that. Kev said it. Don't look at me. I didn't do anything. I can see Jojo's face right now when I said that. Where's your man Rock? You tell us.
Hey, wasn't he just in like in Paris or something? Wasn't he just in Paris at like a film festival or something?
Yeah, I see why he didn't show up. That man lost all that weight. He definitely got roasted. What did you do, boss lady? You take the soul out of him? Like, she's trying to be the new Soul Ruka. I mean, he looked like a regular, United States postman. No offense, Kev, that wasn't a shot at you. I was just saying, he looked like he was delivering sneakers or something. But yeah, he out here promoting Mark Kerr movie. Oh, I get it, but Faith is here. Okay,
they're still watching. They're still watching. Kev, so TJ, watch your back.
Yeah, I know she was still here. But shout to Faith. But yeah, ATD always got our bags and we got theirs. So proceed with caution, sir.
Only smoothies. Yeah, boss lady. Y'all need to get some food in y'all stomachs. Yeah,
Oh no, I see what she's talking about. Yeah, when they do these rolls, there's a strict.
I know they're on a strict diet, but she's saying they only eat smoothies. Her and Rock only having smoothies. I guess.
Oh, y'all need some protein. Never mind. You know what? Nope. I was gonna say they need some protein, but that's gonna open up a door to something else.
This is a sick Negro.
That's my bad. But yeah, back to Roman Reigns. What's next for the Tribal Chief, you think, John? Storyline wise, he's gonna be gone for the rest of the summer and not coming back to well, summer's over basically because football season's here. What's his next agenda when he gets back?
I think he's gonna come back for the vision. I think now that we saw another certain member of the family make its way to Mondays, I think they're gonna have to bring the cavalry back together and go take care of business. I still think now one person suggested that another person needs to also head over to Monday nights to help them assist in this war. But because I think we'll see what happens with him come Friday night as well. Now that a former member of that family is now holding gold that he used to possess, so could he head over to Monday nights as well? But we'll see. But I think when Roman gets back, he's coming straight for Braun Breaker. Then after Braun Breaker, I think we get the War Games, and then we get obviously the road to WrestleMania. We're going to get Roman versus Steph on that road, but next in line is the unpredictable badass.
Yep, I agree, TJ. When they start reminiscing on anniversaries of something, usually shit happens. So, but yeah, and I don't have the Lena Bond music, but Lena says, "Fall now if you must, because when the Tribal Chief rises again, the blood will flow with every receipt collected." Yep, and the man always said, "Receipt after receipt after receipt is coming." And I predicted it when he got rid of Bronson Reed. Braun Breaker was next on the list because he's going through, unless there's a bump in the road and someone else gets added. Yeah, Braun Breaker was next, and it's gonna be after WrestlePalooza, which is obviously in September. We don't know. Yep, we don't know what Roman Reigns is gonna be doing in the month of October. How many appearances he's gonna have, but he will be back for sure, leading up the build up to Survivor Series, and we won't get the bloodline again. It's almost like it's a bloodline tradition that they got to have a War Games. So I can easily see the Vision versus the bloodline, with obviously Jacob Fatu being a part of it. So I can see Roman, the Usos, and Jacob. That's 4. Don't know who the 5th person is, because I'm doubted it's going to be Sami Zayn this time around.
I don't think so either.
Because usually there's 5. So I don't know who member number 5 is going to be. But taking on the Vision, which is Seth, Team, and Braun, that's 3. So they still got to get 2 people. So it's and whatever happens after that, you can plant the seeds from that carry on all the way. Oh, Punk! There you go. Thank you, Faith. CM Punk is going to be possibly in there. If they don't have, if they don't get Jacob Fatu by then, throw LA Knight in there. No.
Yeah.
So you can throw LA Knight in there, but for sure it's probably gonna be CM Punk. Roman Reigns and CM Punk on the same team again. We'll see. Unless CM Punk gets his championship match at Survivor Series, and the Vision of Team Braun basically captain their own team and go out there and get somebody, get a few people.
I mean, unless they're out there recruiting new members, that's the only way I can see they add more members to the Division to make this a War Games match. Because I don't think we getting 4 men and 3 was it? We got Seth, Braun Breaker, and right now it's Becky. I don't think we're getting 4 men and a woman. But so I think they're going to go out and recruit some more, a couple more soldiers.
Yeah, because I got Roman, the Usos, LA Knight. That's 4. I'm with She. I don't see CM Punk. I think CM Punk's gonna win this championship match. And depending on what happens at WrestlePalooza, I would say do the championship match at Survivor Series. And then they can just go out and get a 5th man, which could be Jacob. It still could be Jacob. Ain't no telling.
Right.
TJ said Ethan Page for the Vision. I'm still believing that theory that Ethan Page is going to be the next guy to join, whether or not he has business on NXT with Chelsea Green, because I've seen multiple times over the years where there's stars being involved in different storylines on NXT and then a different one on the main roster. So you never know. It could be Theory as well joining that group, but I got Ethan Page.
Waller still throwing them shots at Theory.
Yeah, so I got Ethan Page for now. I mean, eventually he's going to use. I can see him losing the North American Championship to Tavion. Eventually, we're going to get that match, and no mercy.
Yeah, so them Tuesday they gonna face off in a flagpole match,
which is kind of cheesy, but it's been a long time since we had a flagpole match anyway. Yeah, so and it's NXT, so I'll allow it. But yeah, so I got Ethan Page doing that. But yeah, it's shaping up. Survivor Series is shaping to be highly anticipated. But like I said, it's now bloodline tradition to be in War Games. So that's just pretty much the only thing Roman Reigns can do nowadays is be in War Games. So we're gonna leave it at that. And of course, the Lowrys and Stones.
It was there last night, TJ. Yes, the main event. No pun intended.
Jey Uso, CM Punk, LA Knight, Seth Rollins. This match was good, and there was a few times it looked like LA Knight was gonna walk away with the World Heavyweight Championship. Jey Uso was like, "F everybody, I'm in this for me. already half banged up from eating a spear from Braun Breaker, right? It came down at the end. It came down to CM Punk and Seth Rollins, obviously.
Mhm.
So I thought CM Punk was going to get his head caved in through that chair, through that stump, but he moved out the way. And we was about to get a GTS.
You
Then a
was.
small figured hooded person showed up and kicked them right in the Pepsis.
Yeah.
And we were still like, all right, who was that? It was Becky Lynch.
Who would have thought?
Like the woman herself, Becky Lynch. Where is that at? If I gotta talk about her, I gotta do her justice.
Let the dollar make a work. Party till I die with my chin up high. Fuck 'em up, fuck 'em back.
That lady.
We miss you, Marty.
That lady. She is now completes what we already called the day after WrestleMania when this whole thing got started.
Mm-hmm.
When everyone was asking who's going to be the female member, it was obvious that it was going to be Becky Lynch. And sure, see, exactly, TJ. Yeah.
It might have been. we have no proof or denial, but it might have been. You never know.
Hey, that was Becky. That's all we need to know. That was Becky. And how the hell we give out all those runs to the Astros? Anyway, but yeah, she is now. How do you? No, Lena, we're not surprised. I called it months ago that there was no brainer that they was not going to have no other woman join that faction and then not be Becky Lynch. It wouldn't make any sense, especially both of them are heels at the same time. Usually one's a face, one's a heel. They're both faces. But for them, this is literally their first time doing something together in a story since Lacey Evans had a job.
Pretty much. And Becky took that end
Brock
of days.
Lesnar had Money in the Bank at that time.
And Becky took that end of days from Corbin.
Which was sick, by the way.
Yeah. Shout out to you, bitch. That was wild.
That was a sick one because that was the first time before Nia eating the RKO and stuff that a woman took a finisher and then not be the Attitude Era. So that was the last time those two did something together. So to see them now, seeing Becky, both of them at the prime of their careers, having her join the Vision, I mean, how do you feel about Becky Lynch pretty much sealing the deal?
I'm intrigued. Let's see where this goes. They both when they had that whole feud with Corbin and Lacey, it was coming off Becky 2 belts, and then obviously Seth beating Brock at Mania and blah blah blah. But now they're both in a different position now where Seth's still the world champion, Becky's the Intercontinental champ. Obviously, they're married now. Have had a kid since then, and are both heels. And clearly, they have no problem shopping at the same department stores. So clearly, they don't have to worry about wardrobes.
They share the same closet.
Yeah, currently probably got the same stylist.
Which is themselves.
Yeah. Looking like, I don't know, looking like Lady Gaga and Mr. and Lady Gaga. But anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes. And obviously, clearly, we saw what happened Monday. They have a clear vendetta. I ain't know where to go from here. They clearly have a vendetta against one Phil Brooks. And clearly now Becky's saying that she's been holding on to this grudge for 10 years. How they kept chanting his name during her matches.
Yeah, That's it. That's a perfect segue to Monday Night Raw. Go ahead. Yeah, she was. Yeah, exactly, JoJo. They were saving money together. Those are the ones that they shop at Ross together because they think they're too rich. However, they come out here with some big time Batman outfits. Talking about Batman, and then the fur coats and all that stuff. So, but yeah, she's CM Punk's during her matches.
Mm-hmm. Now this is her time to get her revenge, retaliation, and get back. Shout out to your Dash Dilly.
She was holding on a lot of venom, and shout out to her because when she came out, when CM Punk was calling out Seth Rollins, when she came out, for 0.99 seconds, I thought that was Seth Rollins.
I did too.
So I was like, I know she's been waiting a long time to do that shit.
What a time to do it. And she took all the smoke. She wanted all the smoke.
Yeah. And it was like, but she took the smoke and did a little bit too much with it because we finally got CM Punk was like, you hide behind the authority, you hide behind these people, now you hide behind your wife. And then he comes out, hi, how you doing? I'm right here. And she basically blocked him from, seriously, if the man really wanted to.
He could have got to him.
She would have swept him to the side like a chihuahua that's trying to bark at you and bite at your ankle. You can just boom if you really want to. But he did an Allen Iverson 360 move. And so, but he turned around and, she had the gall, the audacity to put her hand. When she did that, I was like, yes, this is happening because ain't no way in hell she's doing all this and she's not going to go untouched. And I'm like, and he was like, I'm gonna make him pay. And then he told her, like, I'm gonna make you regret ever putting your hands on me. And when he said that, I was like, everybody I'm like, it's on. April Mendez Brooks is on the way. Them Chuck Taylors are getting out the closet. She's putting Larry down, and she's like, you know what? Is what the big three always used to call it? Snatch and grab.
Snatch and grab.
And then as he was leaving, he asked Adam Pearce, where's SmackDown located?
Chicago.
Up in Chicago. What couple John, that lives in Chicago?
Oh, the Brookses.
Yeah, so he can she ain't gotta go nowhere. She ain't gotta fly. She can just put on her Chuck Taylors, hop in the car, take Larry, drive down to the arena, and it's on and popping because WWE couldn't wait to get that news out the bag that the confirmation of AJ Lee returned to wrestling. They honestly, I know this is a new age, but something like this that people have been clamoring for, you could have kept the suspense.
It's happening.
You could have, and this is why you, John, you was one of the first people that kept saying, "I believe it when I see it. I believe it when I see it." And I was like, the moment Becky Lynch joined the Vision, I was like, we're getting AJ. Because she's always, in the mix when it comes to the men, because she's the man. Mm-hmm. So, like I said, when she put her hands on Phil, I'm like, yep. And he just ate those punches, like
it was like nothing.
What if it's Corey J? It's not Corey J.
It's not. No, okay. I'm here, and I had a conversation with Mark. People saying like, "What we doing? They doing all this just for it to be Rhea Ripley?" It's not.
It's not.
You're talking to the guy who basically was saying, "I need to believe it to see it." No way.
They only reason why people are saying Rhea Ripley is because she had one conversation with CM Punk in the back, and all of a sudden it's Rhea Ripley. But I will say this though: before WWE jumped the gun and made their announcements, it would have been very, very bad if they did all this and it wasn't AJ.
Oh, it would have been an epic fail. It would have been an epic fail because Chicago is sold out now.
Oh yeah. I mean, Chicago is always going to be sold out with Punk is on the card. Right. But yeah, I believe you. It's going to be extra sold out because they're all anticipating Mrs. Mendez Brooks to skip along to the ring, right?
I expect. But if it was me, I'd say they're opening the night with Cena. They're gonna open the night with Cena's final chance in Chicago. And I think we find out maybe if he get and somehow that night we find out did make all this actually get a chance to talk to Brock Lesnar. Then obviously we're all knowing they're gonna draw this out to the end of the night. Punk's gonna come out, everybody's gonna sing Cult of Personality.
Yes, they are.
He gonna cut him, he gonna cut some pipe, he gonna cut some jabs at Seth and Becky. We gonna hear Burn It Down, they gonna pull up. Or maybe vice versa. And I think somehow, I don't know how they do it, but Miss Brooks is going to get her link back for her husband. And then Monday night, we get to the Deer District. We're going to hear from her for the first time in 10 years. But I think she's going to link Friday night in the town.
Becky has to be there.
Yes.
Becky has to be there. Unless it's one of those where it's a backstage segment and maybe like AJ shows up then. There's different ways they can do it. Or show her Chuck Taylor's lying around somewhere. And I don't know what it is. Or like you said, have Rollins and Becky out there, and then CM Punk was like, "I told you I was gonna make you pay for putting your hands on me," and then either the music plays, or maybe April shows up with the hoodie on, tracksuit on, stands behind Becky. And the fans are like going wild. She takes off the hood and it's like, oh shit.
I'm leaning more towards that way. She gets her lid back on Becky, and we get Punk and April in the ring together.
Yeah, we're gonna get turning up on Monday night. I think Friday she's gonna show up with her own music and just go ham on Becky.
So
no shots at Becky Ham, but
Yeah, I think Monday we see her. They're in Milwaukee on Monday, so again, not far from the house. I'll make that drive up to the Deer District. Make that drive up to the Deer District. I think we hear from her for the first time, but I think we don't get nothing with her and Becky until the week of WrestlePalooza.
No, I think she's gonna show up and whoop her ass on Friday. I think so.
I mean, as far as them individually, as far as
a promo. Those two individually, I think if because as of right now, this is a one-off. WWE is going to try their hardest to convince her to do multiples. If they can convince her to do multiples, I say they have the tag match at WrestlePalooza. Mm-hmm. You go into War Games. You have Team Becky, Team AJ.
Jesus Christ.
Because I think Survivor Series is a big stage, but Becky versus AJ should be on a bigger stage. And if WWE has it their way, I can see these two going at it in Vegas.
Oh boy. Well, we know for a fact it's not going to be a one-off. This has been 10 years in the making for both of them to be together, active as man and wife.
For now, it's a one-off. But WWE is going to try to
They're preparing.
make sure that it's not.
They're preparing to try to make sure that this is not just she's not going to Calipari in Kentucky.
Right.
They wanted to try to get at least get her a few months out of this.
I don't know about that, TJ. I don't know about teaming with AJ. I think once, let's say, AJ finally gets her one-on-one match with Becky. AJ beats Becky for the Intercontinental Championship. Roxanne Perez, whatever happens between her, Raquel, and Liv, because eventually Olivia's coming back. So whatever that gets taken care of, then you can have Roxanne take on AJ and leave Roxanne as a heel. Have her take on her idol as a heel, possibly get humbled by her idol, like being as far as being a copycat. When I first saw Roxanne, I thought that was little AJ. So, or you can have Roxanne beat AJ for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. However you want to play that out. But I think this is going to be one of those Roxanne versus AJ before it becomes a tag team. Because, we don't know how long AJ is going to be here.
Right.
Because ultimately it's up to her. And she retired, one, because of injury, and two, had the company and did CM Punk. And obviously she's going to ride by her husband. Yeah. And she stood retired by her husband. But now the way Punk has been back and, he's in a happier place, I was like, it's a moment. It's sooner or later, AJ's putting them Chuck Taylors on.
Oh yeah, it's happening.
Good shit, Cody Bellinger.
It's happening.
Yeah, I was like, it was a matter of time now. And now that we got it, they can go a whole different ways of going about this. But hopefully we get Team Becky versus Team AJ at Survivor Series. Or if they don't do a War Games match, if AJ doesn't want to do it, have it for the Intercontinental Championship at Survivor Series in San Diego. And have AJ beat Becky Lynch. And then from there, how long you want to have her hold the championship? Somehow Roxanne gets in the mix come WrestleMania season. There's your next Women's Intercontinental Champion right there. Little Roxanne beating her idol. So that'd definitely be something to look forward to. But moving along, let's talk about something that was good to see in France. And that was how phenomenal the fans were in France. The love they showed for AJ Styles.
Yes.
It's like he won a Premier League for France or for Team France.
Pretty much.
Or not the Premier League, but the World Cup for Team France.
Yeah.
Because he was shocked by it the first time around. But this time, he, as a babyface, he just sitting there and was like, yup. And they was chanting he was phenomenal in French. That was dope. Him and Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship was a banger.
Yes, it was.
It was a banger. I thought for sure Dominic Mysterio was gonna lose due to interference. I don't think he was gonna lose straight up. I thought for sure he was gonna lose due to interference going into Vegas to winning the AAA championship. Yeah. But that goddamn Americano, Ludwig Venti Triple Trenta Americano, is him and that damn metal plate. Got it from where? I don't need to know where he got it from. I can just ask Dominic where he got it from. He's the last person. He's the last person that knows where he got it from. You can probably still smell it on this mullet, but
yuck.
But he interfered Dominic Mysterio got the win with a better frog splash than what the one he did earlier. Because that one was he could have broke his ankle if he did that frog splash, to be honest with you. I'm glad he redid it again. So Dominic Mysterio retains as the Intercontinental Champion. Goes into Worlds Collide next week, which me, JoJo, and Nessa will be live for that. How do you? What's your thoughts on pretty much Dirty Dom does it again with help, does it again, and now he's heading into Las Vegas, Nevada, with the date with not only for the championship but for immortality as a luchador.
I got a feeling. I know we'll talk more about it next week, but it's starting. Getting that feeling. Something just seems different. Clearly, we all know we came close at Triple Mania last month. And AJ was like, "Not on my watch," but now, now it seems like he's got El Grande Americano in the bag as the ultimate insurance policy.
Yeah, I'm kind of. They got that little partnership because even Finn was like, "What's up with that?" He's like, "Don't worry about it."
El Grande Americano could come in and pay dividends next Friday night in Vegas. And Nessa, Angel Rose, y'all get y'all wish of El Rey
Now,
Los Luchadores.
Listen, I get it. Americano is going to pretty much whatever deal he worked out with Dominic Mysterio, he's going to make sure it gets paid off.
Right.
What about Finn Balor? Because they're going back to the whole Finn Balor Dominic Mysterio beef all over again. Something's going down. What if, and this is a big what if Finn Balor costs Dominic Mysterio the AAA title?
That would be insane. But I could see it. You saw the way he was smiling.
Yeah, you say free man panties now. We'll see after next week if that theory is correct. What if Finn Balor screws Dominic Mysterio?
Oh man, that would be just insane if that happens. But
because
not out the realm of
think about it. Yeah, because think about it. I was watching a little bit of Humble Roses. There's a rumor that Olivia's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
This is the perfect time for Finn to do something stupid, cost him the championship, and then challenge Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship. You have Roxanne. Then Roxanne would definitely play a role in that, and then you have Liv playing a role, obviously standing by her man, and this is where we're finally going to get that Dom and Liv versus Finn and Roxanne, and that's where you get Raquel to see where she plays her part in all this. So go to cuss him out. It must be that Texas slang.
Going to cuss Finn Balor out if he's.
I know. I was ignoring the American correction. I'm gonna stick to the countryness because the accent is the best.
Don't cuss
accent is the best. The accent is number one. There, I'm talking about. Yeah, I don't like it. It smells. It looks too good for Dominic to become double champ. It's like now everyone's buying into it. Everyone wants it to happen, but now it's like, what if it doesn't? And what if it's because of Finn?
It's not out of the realm. I could see Finn being as petty as he's been lately. He's just saying, you know what?
Because I can see Dominic, being in AAA, defending the championship, then hop on the plane, fly to Monday Night Raw, and then he's still in a. You gotta think about it this way too. He's still in a Continental Championship, so he's gonna be an extra workhorse to the fact of, is it gonna be too much for him, because he's still Intercontinental Champion, so he still got to do the house shows. You still got to do, the TV shows. Then you also still got to go to Mexico and pretty much tape whatever shows they have, defend the title over there. So it's like, where is this man going to have time for himself? But I mean, that main event next week is going to be highly anticipated.
Yes.
Because it's going to be must see, because is this man, there's going to be a lot of people, some that I know, is going to be dressed in Dominic Mysterio gear, especially fan-made gear. And it's like, the more I think about it, it's like, damn, they can really, really screw him over. And if Olivia is coming back, that's how you kickstart the Judgment Day implosion and the balance of power, by having Finn screw over Dom somehow, because Finn was not happy seeing Grande Americano keep popping up everywhere, and he's doing these deals with Dom, and he's questioning Dom, and Dom basically telling him, mind your business. So
pretty much, Dom was just smiling, doing that sadistic little smirk, knowing that it's like,
And every time Dom had something going on, Finn was doing the John Watson smile. He was being Finn Watson. So it was like, that right there. And so it's like, okay, they doing this again.
It was like, oh well, nothing I can do about
it. Yeah, it's not my problem. Funny how that phrase keeps coming up. Not my problem. Because that's what Finn said. It's not my problem. So crazy. I think Worlds Collide is going to
10 Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific.
Yep. And we will be live. Me, Nessa, and JoJo will have Worlds Collide running simultaneously with Sports for You with John, Mark, and Nick, as they pretty much, it's going to be week 2 of the football season. Football is back. So if you guys can flip the channel just like it was Nitro on Monday Night Raw back in the 90s, because that's going to be a whole lot of content, a whole lot of ratings, a whole lot of chaos on both shows.
Tribal Chief, what up, though? Dev.
Big Dev. So what you mind?
It's gonna be more than the Friday Night Wars. It's going to be the Friday Night Takeover. It's the Friday Night Takeovers. This isn't WCW versus WWE. This is CCN versus the world. We're taking over YouTube Friday night. So next Friday night, y'all, you're going to get the OTC, the head Rose in charge, the Caribbean mommy.
Clock it.
And on one stream. And then on another stream, you got the main event. You got the Spills. You got 9-9. Well, me and Spills, I think 9-9 be on assignment that night. But we'll be breaking down football, and I will pop in right in time for the main event. So y'all know how it is. Y'all, it's gonna be CCN week. That's CCN weekend.
Yeah. Because that's just Friday.
Yeah,
Saturday. The 5-4 will bring you Canelo Crawford, the mega fight.
Yes.
So there's gonna be a lot of mixed reactions, mixed emotions going in that fight on that stream. So it's gonna be you talk about chaos.
My shirt's pretty much saying everything. Gonna say everything for me Saturday night. So just letting y'all know now. So
the Mexican flag will be flown high next weekend.
Yes.
As it is this month is Hispanic Heritage Month.
See, gracias. Yeah, I'm gonna think.
So shout out to the Latinos and the Latinas in the world. Shout out to our Latino people, representing. So, but yeah, man, next weekend alone is gonna be a CCN week, CCN weekend, CCN takeover, however you want to call it. So, but yeah, but first things first, Dominic Mysterio, we're gonna find out if he's gonna walk out a double champ, or this is gonna be the beginning of the end for the Judgment Day and Dominic Mysterio because
Yo, what up? What up? Is either Nova or BK in the building? Society and pop culture's in the house.
What up? What up, though? I don't know which one it is, but if I can put my finger on it, I think it's the one that walks like a penguin right now.
Nova K. Hey,
shout-
it's
shout
BK.
to-
Snap.
Oh, shit. I guess he had it his way. He was like, you know what? I'm going to pull up today. So shout out to you, BK.
The deacon is in my fellow deacon, Deacon BK. You know what I'm saying? So in the building. Shout out
to the men in worship.
Yeah, I think they'll be on live tomorrow. I think Society Pop Culture will be on live tomorrow. So check make sure your notifications is on.
But most definitely. But yeah, man, that was Clash in Paris and Tribal Warzone. Shout out to everyone that pulled up on Monday. I know y'all got a busy cookout. As of this past weekend, I'm no longer calling it a barbecue. I'm calling it a cookout. Cause yeah, that's what the fuck we did. We cooked out. John at the barbecue on deck as well. So we was all feasted. We all had a good time.
Oh, yes,
and again, she wasn't here when I said it, so I'm gonna say it to her now. Shout out to the Rose Gang for letting us host Tribal Warzone live at the compound in Texas. That Texas takeover. We came, we saw, we conquered. The brand is now stamped in the Lone Star State of Texas. So shout out to y'all and shout out to that cheese dip.
I'll be there. I'll be there soon.
Easy there, Mike.
Oh yeah, check out that documentary.
Dang, he has another one? Shit. How many times
A&E dropped the documentary on Monday. And this is from the last trial, from the last trial. And some unreleased footage from the trial and even unreleased footage of home videos of Michael Jackson leading up to that trial. So
hopefully he had clothes on. But anyway, hey, listen, when you hear footage, you don't know what they're gonna show.
Pretty much.
So don't look at me like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was pretty much the recap of Raw. Is there anything about Monday Night Raw we didn't talk about, John, that you wanted to get into?
It's a family reunion.
It's
a family reunion.
How can I forget that part? Jimmy Uso finally made his appearance on Monday Night Raw when Jay was basically about to suffer the same fate as the tribal chief that he was repping all night. Basically, he took a little, he blamed himself for what happened to Roman. But he was about to suffer the same fate. Big Jim showed up. So now we got the Usos on Monday Night Raw. So right now, Jimmy Uso is still on the road. He's not going home just yet. So I think once he gets close to that time, I think that's when Jimmy's going to take that time off to be with Sister Trin.
Hey,
but
hey, I hear you though.
But you gotta be with Sister Trin, man. You gotta make sure the baby.
BK's comment. No, I'm talking about BK's comment.
That's what
BK.
we're doing, BK.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So we gonna get the Usos. Basically, we getting the bloodline. The gang's getting back together. John, how we feeling?
I'm ready for it. That match is going to cook. I think we're all expecting this is going to be at WrestlePalooza. Look, like we said earlier, ESPN is breaking out all the stops because usually around this time, you know what we're doing on Saturday nights. We're watching college football on Saturday night. We're watching SEC football on Saturday night. You talk two guys who reside in the SEC. We're watching.
Shout out to let you forget that dub.
We watching it. Shout out to All Nation. Got their dub on Saturday afternoon.
Even the Aggies.
The Real Death Valley. Shout out to the Real Death Valley. They're putting out all the stops. We believe they're putting out all the stops because we already know we're getting one match that was already made official. We're expecting to get a rivalry renewed. We're expecting a Nightmare and a Scottish Psychopath possibly crossing paths finally in WWE. And we're expecting two power couples to just beat the living hell out of each other. But we could see the reunion of the greatest tag team in WWE history. It's two of the people who WWE says got next. And
penitentiary is open.
It's open. And fortunately, Braun, they already got Usos already got security. They already got COs, so they don't need security.
Yeah. And to Nessa's point, when Jay was telling Jimmy, he's like, I need you, I can't do it. Basically I can't do it without you. So like it's that twin, when your twin's down, and Jimmy was like, I got you. So it's like to see them reunite that way, and it's like Jay is saying, like, hey, I'm on, man, but I need my twin. So I can't wait to see what happens on Monday night. We got the Usos back in the building. Which means eventually when the OTC comes back, we're gonna have the original bloodline for sure as a unit. So, but we're gonna get Braun versus the Usos. I'm assuming, John, is gonna be WrestlePalooza.
Yes, I mean everything's pointing towards WrestlePalooza. When we get that first Uso that we haven't gotten in about 2 years. Because I think we've gotten Jimmy's obviously since they've went solo, and let them show their individuality. Mm-hmm. But I think the first time since me and you was so flying so far 2 years ago, since Jay did the unthinkable pin in Rome, being the first one person to pin Roman in God knows how many days, we are gonna get a true Uso ringing all the way out through McAfee country.
Excuse me.
2 weeks from Saturday.
Yeah. And I can't wait. And I can't wait to see what t-shirt they gonna have as their return. Because whatever it is, I wants it and I wants to get it. And I gotta get it. And I'm pretty sure a few people in the Rose game's gonna want an Uso shirt as well, because we got to stay representing. Also, you mentioned it earlier. There's one match that's been already made official, and that is Stephanie Valkyrie finally gets her opponent for the vacated Women's World Championship. And it's Io Sky.
Yes.
Not Rhea Ripley, not Asuka, but it's Io. Your thoughts on Io? Pretty much, I mean, technically she get a rematch, but technically she did in that triple threat at SummerSlam. I don't know if you want to count that as a rematch, but this is her first, I guess, one-on-one. I mean, I don't know how how can you explain it, but we get Io and Stephanie part 3 this time, hopefully with no shenanigans.
Man, look, I think we're doing too much over analyzing what a rematch clause is. I saw someone today saying still upset that Roman ain't got a rematch from losing to Cody. I mean, can we ease up on the whole rematch? Who got a rematch? Who didn't get a rematch thing? This match is going to cook. We saw it the night after WrestleMania, and it was delayed. We've gotten close many a times, but this is it. All the marbles, and I'm glad it's these two. I'm glad we're going to see Stephanie Valkyrie on the big stage in the PLE. We're going to see Io Sky again on the PLE. And like I said, ESPN's breaking out all the stops. And if they thought some of the women they have on the worldwide leader was smoking, wait till they see Stephanie Valkyrie. That
ESPN Deportes subscription is gonna go way high.
You feel me?
Now, the more I think about it, how many times has Io been champion already?
This will be her. She's had 2 reigns. This will be
right.
If she wins, this will be her 3rd reign.
Right. Now, She currently, well, not yet, but she has a beef with Asuka.
See,
So if we don't see Asuka anywhere near this match, Io's winning it, and then we get the Asuka turn, and then we get Io, Asuka for the World Heavyweight Championship. Somehow, some way. And then Stephanie can come in afterwards. However, we are, like you said, we're going to be on ESPN. And I just said ESPN Deportes is going to have a little bit more subscriptions.
Mm-hmm.
Why you think they're going to have a little bit more subscriptions? I think we're going to get another interference, but this time Asuka's going to screw Io Sky, and WWE is actually going to give Stephanie Valkyrie the Women's World Championship live on ESPN.
I think it's something. I think you gotta do something different.
And that's going to be the talk of the town on ESPN Deportes in Chile.
Yes.
Everywhere, this woman becoming the first Chilean to win a world championship in WWE.
That's right.
And then you can still have the Asuka and Io feud, which technically doesn't need a championship.
No, it don't.
And then you can go move on to the Kabuki Warriors versus Rhea and Io, because you know that's where they're going with it. So yeah.
I just wanted to do that one
Man.
time.
I don't know if she didn't get it the first time, but every single time she tried to talk, it was like, "Ho, bring your ass."
That's exactly what it was. That was the episode when it was like, "Pops, bring your ass." We like fancy woman, don't make me call you again. Like, no, that was exactly what.
Yeah, she's like, "Yep, I'm sorry." So I think that's where we're gonna get. So I think now, at first I would have said has Stephanie lose and have her chase a little bit more, but the fact now that they're making a move to ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
This is the perfect time to give Stephanie Valkyrie the Women's World Championship.
She is going to
for all the purposes of marketing her, and then it's on ESPN. You want to do it big. You're not gonna, as cool as it would be to have Io as a 3-time champ. It's Stephanie's time now. Now it's definitely gonna be Stephanie's time.
Yes.
So La Primera is gonna be Capiona, and I'm gonna tell all of y'all sayonara because I'm gonna go celebrate.
Yes. Miles Born.
Fuck him. Anyway,
good weekend, young man. I'm jealous.
Shit, he ain't gonna have no good week. He gonna be there by himself. But yeah. So I'm feeling. I think that's how it's gonna go. And Lena said a new queen will rise. Io Sky versus Stephanie isn't just a match; it's destiny in motion. Oh yeah, a Devil's Kiss on ESPN. Sign me up.
Oh my lord.
Sign me up. Sign me up.
I'm there.
Sign me up. We all gonna be there, and it's like, yeah. I can just see Stephen A. somewhere on the panel. It's like,
Oh my God, yes. It's like,
but yeah,
Chile, they have some distractions. Like, you might have to make some international trips, Steve.
Man, because just think of the publicity that week, the promo work, the promo tour that week on ESPN, First Take, Get Up, Pat McAfee, all leading up to Wrestlepalooza.
Mm-hmm. It's going down, obviously, and now you also think about Seth Rollins. If y'all didn't see the news, he's now going to be this season has been hired as a regular guest analyst on Good Morning Football. So NFL Network's going to eat off this. And who just got bought by who just bought NFL Network, by the way?
The mouse.
Exactly. Man,
that damn mouse owns it all, bro.
It really does. Come on, man.
It says, "Hop, bro, I want money."
Share the cheese, Mickey. Share the cheese.
We're gonna get.
By the way, my man Travis Rogers does that voice. But he said that's messy. I was like, then that ain't even fair.
Yeah, I mean, but it's gonna be a good week next week. Not next week, in a couple of weeks for us, Palooza. We still gotta figure out how all of us is gonna do this, but we can just have like a kickback group meeting on that sometime soon about that, because we gotta figure out unless everyone's getting a VPN, we gotta figure out how we're gonna do the ESPN, because I still haven't figured out how to get the VPN on my phone, on my TV.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna have to use my laptop, or we all do this ESPN thing. But we all figure it out. You know, we'll
figure it out.
$30 3 ways is nothing. So we can all figure it out. But yeah, that was pretty much Monday Night Raw. All the importance of coming out of Monday Night Raw. Messeria still gonna be Messeria. Stephanie's gonna be champ. Dominic Mysterio's run to double champ is in question, because now it all depends if Liv shows up, and if Liv shows up, where's Finn gonna be? And wherever Finn's gonna be, where Roxanne gonna be? Wherever Roxanne was gonna be, what's Raquel gonna do?
Well, and it sounds like we're gonna get one of those ladies from the Judgment Day will take on Lyra Valkyria Monday night.
And who is one of those ladies, Sean?
One Roxanne Perez or one Raquel Rodriguez.
Oh, they haven't decided yet?
They haven't decided so far, we know, but I think everyone I'm reading, I think we're leaning for Lyra versus Roxanne Perez. Which would be cool. But I wouldn't be shocked.
I'm hoping it's Raquel.
I'm being shocked with Raquel, but I think they're keeping it close to the vest until Adam Pearce makes that announcement Sunday when he's out doing his walk.
Yeah. And do you think we get Bailey?
We possibly might. She said she's coming. She said soon. I'm
starting to notice that Bailey's talking to herself, and I'm starting to notice how Lyra's been acting on a little unedged side. You know, wasn't she beefing with Bailey before she left, and all of a sudden she's sticking up for Bailey?
I told her, stay the hell away from me.
Yeah, and all of a sudden now she's sticking up for Bailey.
Yeah, that's something ain't right in the water.
I see a crazy ass tag team coming here, and it's going to add a little bit more intrigue to the women's division on Monday Night Raw, because then you still add Bailey and Roxanne, and then where does that leave Miss Olivia when she comes back? And she's going to be in the middle of all of Judgment Day and the women's division. So if I would love to see Olivia and Stephanie for the Women's World Championship, even though Olivia's not beating her, but I can still love to see it. But that's going to be down the road, because obviously we're going to get Roxanne and Liv. So it's I can't wait, dog. I'm just going to say it like that.
2 weeks.
I can't wait. Next week is going to be the beginning of everything popping for the next 2 weeks for the brand, man.
Ooh, boy, we got a lot going on in the month of September. It's going to be.
Yep. But that was pretty much Raw and Clash in Paris. Pretty much the Texas Takeover walk down of everything that happened. Now we're going to get on to our favorite closing segments of the show, which is, this one is, we see something that makes no sense, that's dumb, and it's idiotic that you want to call out. And this is what we call, is this what we're doing? Because there's some stuff that's been going on lately, and it's like, seriously?
Uh-huh.
This what we got going on? This
go.
How we acting?
Let's get
it. John, you want to start this off, because I got these glasses on for a reason, so I'm gonna let you go first.
Yes, sir. So, this is what we're doing is the Cora J.
No, not Cora.
Or as I say, Elena Black. Elena Black now. Because so a few weeks ago, the Great Undertaker, he on his podcast with him and Michelle McCool, 6 Feet Under, he was talking about how he doesn't like when he's been at the PC more than often now because of recording LFG. How he's not like seeing some of the talent at NXT who's backstage doing more TikToks than sitting back and watching the matches and stuff. Those kind of get off my lawnish. Then Corey J, who now is obviously independent and now going by Elena Black in the Indies, was on the TMZ Inside the Ring podcast. So I want to read the quote. And she was like, so she was expressing her agreement with The Undertaker and sentiments regarding wrestlers filming TikTok videos backstage. I don't want to butcher exactly what he said, but something along the lines of he goes backstage at NXT and everyone is sitting around making TikToks and doing stuff on their phone instead of watching and learning from the matches. And I'm like, this is what I've been saying for 3 years. When I saw him say that, I felt so validated because I was like, thank you. Somebody else sees what I and my friends and everyone else were just seeing. It broke our hearts because we were all wrestling fans. It got to the point where it's not my hill to die on anymore. It's not my thing to care about anymore. And she had leaders like Raquel, like Amber Moon and Dakota Kai in the locker room when she got there from the black and gold era and everything. And obviously her, JC Jane and Indy Hartwell they were indies going finally getting the chance to be in WWE, and they didn't understand the whole situation with them doing TikToks. But I'm like, we've seen Corey Jade on TikTok. I'll say that we've seen her and Roxanne Perez on TikTok. Now I could be wrong.
No, we have.
I've saying, I mean, my eyes ain't going to deceive me. I mean, what does that have to do? I mean, Sol Ruka and Zarya on TikToks all the time. Sol Ruka is a double champ right now, and could be competing for 3 championships if they can pull off this double on Tuesday in this triple threat tag team number 1 contenders eliminator. It was real get off my lawn, and for Corey J to say that, I'm like, come on now. Not all there's wrestlers on the main roster who do TikToks. I mean, TikToks is it bad that Nia Jax does TikToks? Is it bad that Tiffany Stratton does TikToks? When they were together, Alpha Academy were doing TikToks. Natalya, Shayna Baszler,
which is funny.
Jay Cargill doing a TikTok with Cardi B. So what are we talking about? This is like the whole Shaq makes too busy focus on rap albums to make the practice on his free throws type of thing. No, you can still have some leisure and still be focused on your craft. And I guarantee most of those girls or young men and women who are back at the PC, they cut a TikTok here and there, but they're taking care of their business. Look at Callie Armstrong. Look at the Vanity Project. What are we talking about? Let's stop. Let's chill.
Yeah, exactly. Can't be a hypocrite. That's one thing we can't do. This is what we're doing is pretty much. I was gonna say the city of France, but I really want to say people in general. Because humans are a compassionate species. We love someone, we love them, we hate them. But the one thing we still can't figure out is personal space.
That's right.
So there was a video footage of, I think, Rhea at an amusement park going to an Uber and was hounded by fans, basically to the point that they kind of brushed her against the car, not on purpose, but they're trying to get camera angles, they're trying to get photos, they're trying to get this and that, and it's like the woman is trying to get in a car, and it's like, can you let the woman breathe? Now, if she had lashed out and started swinging on somebody, they would have said Rhea Ripley is wrong. To the point that she had to go on Twitter to tell people to stop doing this set boundaries. It's not okay. It is really not okay because it's year 2025. The woman does not roll with security. She's not with her husband 24/7. So anyone can easily got to her if they wanted to. And it's like, come on, man. You can snap a photo of her walking. When me, Nessa, and John were at Money in the Bank, we saw Naomi walk by. Did we hound her? No. Did we try to like run up on her? No. We got common sense. And it's like, I get it. She's a rock star. She has that Beatles magnet towards her. She's a I want to say international superstar, but you can state the claim that she is because everywhere they go, they love Rhea Ripley. So, but it's like, come on. And then there was another one at a mall. Sheamus is at a mall, and he literally had to protect a young girl who was trying to get an autograph for something signed by Sheamus because she almost got trampled with all those people swarming for him. And it's like, either WWE can't get security for everybody, but for your big time stars, especially ones who are famous on that side of the country, get them some security. Get them some help. Please. If you have to, like, get them somebody because Rhea easily could have got hurt.
Oh, definitely.
All it takes is one anti-Rhea fan who really don't really for some reason can't differentiate real life from kayfabe. Really don't like Rhea. Could have really snuck up on her and got one off of her because she's alone. And it's like you can't tell these stars not to travel, not to explore, because when you're out, you want to sightsee.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't want to sightsee with everybody. You want some alone time, and how can you do that if you're constantly being hounded? So it's a pain in the ass. It's like, just stop, everyone. Right. Just get a grip. Yes, these are larger than life individuals, but they're still people. And once they start saying no and start swinging, don't say we didn't warn you. Mm-hmm. Anybody else, John, you want to call out before I address the reason why I'm wearing these glasses?
No, that was it.
All right, so I wasn't planning on wearing these glasses because usually I don't wear these unless it's some foolery or something's gonna go on. But I came across something earlier, and I was like, yeah, that pretty much killed my mood. And this is the dumbass that did it.
How do you feel about it? How do you feel about AJ? She's coming around pretty soon, his wife.
I know.
Well, AJ, I have no problems with her. To be fair, and I'm not one to talk, I'm a little snooty myself, but she did go get around, from what I heard. But no disrespect to that.
Oh, boy.
Hey, it's whatever.
No.
People like to hook up, and if that's the worst thing you did, whatever, dude. I've done it too. But yeah, no ill will towards anybody else. I have no ill will towards CM Punk. I bet he's a nice enough guy if you agree with it. But I don't, and I think he's fake, and I think he's a creep. And that's coming from me. And people think I'm
a creep. You said
anything wrong.
How is CM Punk a creep?
I don't know. I feel like he's just lingering around the NXT locker room a little too much.
Because there's a lot of things about him. He has like Cora Jade as like his daughter and everything, and everybody he kind of oversees.
Matthew Riddle.
Bro.
First of all, who the fuck think that you can go out there and talk about another man's wife in any type of way? Talking about I heard she got around. That's not, even if she did back in those days, that's none of your fucking business, bro.
Dude.
Like, there's nothing called for that. And two, you're gonna sit here and say that CM Punk's a creep because he hangs around NXT a lot. Well, first of all, dumbass, have you ever thought that maybe when his career is up, he's actually trying to be a coach? Mm-hmm. Have you ever thought about this? dumbass that maybe when his career is said and done, that he actually might take over Shawn Michaels' spot as head of NXT. Have you ever thought about dumbass that the man actually turned off a whole new leaf, is living his life literally on the up and up on good terms? This man never failed a cocaine test. Can you say the same thing, Matt Riddle? You talking about this man as a problem, but yeah, you got fired from UFC by Dana White because you were a problem. At least CM Punk looked in the mirror during those time away and realized that maybe WWE wasn't the only problem. Part of it was my problem as well, and he fixed it and came back and got his life in order. Maybe Seth Rollins was right when he did that promo about your wife and kids leaving you, because you're the dumbest motherfucker I've ever heard in professional wrestling. Like, how are you gonna sit there and drag a man's wife and then gonna call him a creep because he wants to teach the talent? Have you ever thought about this dumbass that half the people that in NXT talent, namely Corbin J and Roxanne Perez, model parts of their career off of CM Punk and or his wife? Have you thought about that, dumbass, before you open up your mouth and start talking about a man that basically doesn't give you an afterthought? There's the reason why no one liked you in the locker room, Riddle. Randy Orton tried to take you on this ring and you still fucked that up and got yourself fired. So once you worry about yourself and get yourself together and quit trying to rag on somebody else, because you've been the problem and it looks like you still haven't learned. So the man passed his drug test. WWE covered up your 2 failed cocaine tests before they finally was like, you know what, I'm done. So once you worry about yourself, Matt, and I'm done with that. Yeah, that's our word glasses, because that made no sense to me at all on why he want to open his mouth about anybody. I mean, you got Brock Lesnar don't want to work with you. Goldberg didn't like you. Roman Reigns didn't like you. WWE gave you a chance not once, not twice. Fuck that up, and now you go out there and try to be an indie superstar, and yet you can't even do that right, because didn't you just no-show an event? So the hell is Matt Riddle?
You know, it's sad because I literally just saw a promotion for MLW was going to be out here in Long Beach, October 4th. And I know us as a brand, we want to try to start reaching out to more of the indie shows and rubbing elbows with a lot of these indie wrestlers. I'm drinking this Pepsi for a reason. One, it's because my favorite soda. 2, CM Punk's one of my favorite wrestlers. Let me be clear. Riddle was out of pocket. Keep another man's wife, keep another man's family out of your mouth. What are you doing? And now it seems like, and I need to be clear with TMZ. Y'all want to get in the wrestling world? Want to do these podcasts? Just getting these people on there for college just gonna say anything, because you're not gonna get them from WWE. There's a reason why you got Cora Jade. There's a reason why you got. You're going out there trying to get people just to make a hot to go viral for saying something stupid, and that's twice. We end up being y'all featured on our podcast because you got wrestlers out there making themselves look bad. Cora Jade's a good girl. CM Punk took her under his wing, like his daughter. She's from Chicago. She was inspired by him. She was inspired by AJ Lee. Riddle. Look, my friend girl Tasha, Mark Trail met her. We went to watch the Broncos Saints game in my Broncos club. She threw her son a wrestling party for a wrestling party last summer. Riddle was there. Cool. It had pro wrestling there. Riddle was there. He was nice. He left his flip flops for her. He tipped well and all that. But he gets in his way all the time with stuff like this. We should have been talking about this dude winning the Royal Rumble in 2022.
It was supposed to happen.
What was supposed to happen? We should have been talking about this dude as a world champion many times. It's not Randy Orton didn't like you at first. took him a minute because he saw a little bit of what the type of prick he was acting like in his 20s, and you're in your 30s, bro. What are you doing? Don't talk about another man's family.
Seriously,
Bro.
and as far as that, we're concerned.
By the way, can't wait for Bel Air, November 24th. Let's get it.
You can get the fuck out of here.
Yes.
But before we do get to our acknowledgments, there is some piece of news I almost forgot. TKO and T-Mobile pretty much reached a partnership deal, which means, what does that mean? That means they're gonna get events featuring UFC and WWE. WWE will have 2 showcasing events. I don't know if it's gonna be Raw, SmackDown, or a PLE or a Saturday Night's Main Event, whichever one. But there's gonna be 2 events from WWE in the T-Mobile Arena. So basically, this is the closest thing to a residency as it can get.
Right.
We'll find out next year's WrestleMania in 2027 if it's going to be in Vegas again. But yeah, they extended their exclusive partnership, so there's going to be a whole lot of WWE/UFC events, possibly in the same weekend in T-Mobile. So they're trying to get that debt cleared by Vegas. So. And this is the deal that they got going. So I'm looking forward to seeing that, and maybe they can go back to being regular expensive instead of ginormous expensive. And speaking on expensive and can kiss my ass, AEW and Cinemax. AEW announced that they're gonna start streaming their pay-per-views on HBO Max. And it's going to start with All Out. And not only do you have to pay for your HBO Max subscription, but they expect you to pay $40 for their pay-per-views starting at All Out. I had thought long and hard about this. And the more I think about it, it's fuck out of here, because I ain't paying that. How about now?
Hey, what are we doing? What are we doing? You got deals with Prime and HBO Max. Why are you charging extra?
I mean, you could, if you're gonna do that, at least raise the price on HBO Max to whatever price it is to something else.
Right.
To have it include the pay-per-view, if that's the case. Then all right, cool. One payment. Yes. But you want me to pay $40 on top of the subscription? That's like what? Basically the cost of an actual pay-per-view, like $60 maybe?
That's right. Okay, so depending on I need the plans with HBO Max go from like anywhere from $9.99 to $14.99 without ads.
So $60.
Pretty much. You're pretty much paying much we would have paid for a regular pay-per-view.
Hell no.
You want to just order from the cable. I'm like, come on, TK. You gotta be smart. You got deals with 2 of the biggest streaming brands in the world. Look, man, you shouldn't have neither one. This is why the Sheik is in November, when Riyadh season is really up and is full speed ahead. The Zone is going to be having fights, and they're officially getting rid of the pay-per-view model.
Mm-hmm.
TK got to understand. Look what this is what the purpose of the ESPN deal is. What the purpose of the Peacock deal was. This was the purpose of WWE Network. This was the purpose of people evolving, so we wouldn't have to pay $50 for a pay-per-view. Trying to go to a bar, having to pay a cover. Go to pay a cover to watch a pay-per-view or a UFC fight. This was giving us the luxury of being able to watch it at home. Us who are content creators be able to do these watch-alongs and interact with our fellow viewers in real time. But you're gonna keep doing this, it's not even so many times where brothers gonna want to go out to Dave and Buster's and watch and hope and go to Dave and Buster's so much. Me and Trail done did it a few times, but that's one of the only times we actually did not pay. Well, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. But we went.
Come on, man. Come
We
on,
went
dog.
to a Dave and Buster's locally to watch a few PLEs, a few pay-per-views for AEW, where it was World's End, Forbidden Door, Revolution. We've seen them because they're having them there. I know Tom Watch Bar is going to start having them, are starting to have them as well now. But Tony Khan, someone got to get in his ear. You're with the NFL, dude. You see where the streaming thing is going. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, HBO Max is the perfect place to do that. To be honest with you, I mean, I don't mind opening up the price on the HBO Max to watch Dynamite and you know the pay-per-views. It makes so much sense. I wouldn't complain.
Yeah.
You know, because we're gonna be paying 30 some on ESPN to watch the PLEs and stuff. Well, sometimes because we got VPNs and all. But anyway,
Another thing with that, I heard that I don't know if you saw where Stephanie McMahon on her podcast.
Yeah, she got blasted for that because she was reading. I was watching her last podcast. She was with Roman Reigns.
Right.
She was basically reading the ad for the VPNs.
Right. And I heard that there were some people at ESPN who were a little hurt over it, but they weren't too serious about it. I mean, look here. You got to understand. Not
everybody wants to pay $30, especially for they're already paying for Hulu and Disney Plus separately. Not everybody watches sports, so why are they going to pay? I don't know. I mean, they're still hoping that people that draw more people that loves WWE to ESPN, and I get it. It's winner take all. I get it, but yeah, because if you get that VPN, you can start watching most of WWE's product on Netflix anyway. But
pretty much.
But yeah, so that's pretty much what's going on with that. And on the last piece of news, we got updates on Psycho Stu. He's obviously at home, out the hospital. He's nursing his injuries. And he not only is he nursing his injuries, he's about to lawyer up.
Oh boy.
Because he is preparing to sue Raja Jackson over that incident. Which again, I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. And if I'm Rampage, dog, you gotta shut up. Because why?
Thank you, man. What are you doing, man?
What is like the more you trying to defend? I get it, that's your son, but what is him doing anything in the past in the locker room has to do with what happened last weekend? Nothing. I mean, me and John could have been jerks 4 months ago at a bar, but if something happens to us now, it's like, and it wasn't our fault, that shouldn't be held against us from way back then. So it's like, the more you keep trying to defend it, you said to yourself, you're going to stop talking, let the cops figure it out. So why are you talking about the cops should look into past history or whatever happened with, Psycho Stu and other wrestlers in the locker room? That has nothing to do with you or Raja. Your son is on video, on a stream, almost committing murder. You should worry about your son not going to prison and not about what else happened to this man in his past.
Hey, man, that was just like, come on now. I mean, I like you said, I'm a father, and we want to defend our child. We want to try to defend our children until they're giving their day in court.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm Rampage, man, so you're a celebrity. You got to know. I saw him on Ariel Helwani show yesterday. He was trying to defend, like you said, his son's actions. It's not working right now. A man almost died.
He actually did.
He did. He cold blued. He actually did. He cold blued. And thank God he's out of the coma. And he's like I said, I would sue too. He better be prepared. And this. Another thing with this Raja Jackson thing. Now, I don't know how true it was. I put it in our group chat last week. This promotion out in San Diego is promoting having him at an indie show. Now, personally, I don't know if it was real, but if it's not, shame on you. because that's not smart. That's bad. That's not smart promotion. And if it is true, shame on you.
Shame on you anyway. You gotta be
you
ashamed of yourself.
What are you doing? This dude is pretty much gonna be. He's waiting any day now. Any day now, LAPD is gonna have a warrant for this kid's arrest.
Mm-hmm.
What that arrest is at your show?
Yeah, and warrants don't wait for nobody.
You don't care. You ain't gonna care that. He's got an indie wrestling show. He's in the ring with somebody. No. If Snoop Doggy Dogg can get arrested at the VMAs, you think Rajah Jackson is going to get arrested? Is going to get arrested at an indie show? Come on, man, be smart. I remember when Snoop got arrested when the murder case happened. The police stormed the crowd and got Snoop and and put him in handcuffs. Come on, man, what are we talking about? Be smart. And Rampage, shut up.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much did I miss anything? Nah, that's pretty much all the news. So we're gonna get to our final segment, is where we like to give our acknowledgement to the good people out there that, you know, created history, or we just want to give them their flowers. So we like to give them a little acknowledgement. John, anybody you want to give a little acknowledgement to?
Yeah, you was talking about obviously what was going on in Paris. Well, talking about people in general, fans, but I got to put that on for Paris, for France. Y'all understood the assignment when the WWE is pulled up, and we can go all the way back to last year Backlash, which was the birthplace of the Yeet movement. When Jey Uso came out to the crowd, and then the next day you got the Cleveland Cavaliers trying their best to replicate it. And then AJ Styles last year when he had this feud with Cody, and that's when the phenomenal chant in France started. But he couldn't really embrace it because he's the heel at the time. And I just go by, and then I go back Friday when Sami Zayn was pulled up. Decimal, Drew McIntyre, John Cena. Didn't matter who, Jacob Fatu, Jim. It didn't matter who came out there that night. Jay. It did not matter who came out there this weekend. Jay, LA Knight, CM Punk, anybody who came into the ring, EL Sky. It doesn't matter. They understood the assignment. And I said it when we was on the Acknowledge the Dynasty watching along, and I'm saying that right now. It's a crowd like France where it's going to be the reason we see our first international WrestleMania, and we will see the first international Super Bowl, because you can't make that up. People are going to complain because it's going to be a lot of taxing, traveling international.
Them rich international fans don't care about all that. They still go.
They're going to go. They'll find the right. Obviously, WWE will find the right soccer stadium to have it in, because obviously I get granted 30,000 is cool, but now WrestleMania they're gonna have to take over. They're gonna have to take over a field. If it's in London, but if it's France, I'm separating Saudi from this because that's a whole different animal. But London, France, obviously those places, Mexico, Puerto Rico, it is going to happen. So y'all might as well just get ready. Might as well just get ready.
Yep. All right. So my acknowledgement is something I don't think I've ever seen done. I mean, there's a lot of factions that's come and gone in the channels of wrestling. Evolution, NWO, NWO Wolfpack, the LWO,
Sweet.
The Horsemen. There's been so many different members of the Horsemen. None of them became world champion, and pretty much once the Horsemen disbanded, they didn't really do anything else as far as, you know, being in other groups and stuff like that. But Sierra Hotel Indigo Echo Lima Delta. I want to acknowledge the Shield. Why? Because not only have all three of them become world champions, but all three of them has went on and formed their own factions.
That's insane.
John Moxley went on to form the Death Riders, former trios champions, and he is now former 3-time World Heavyweight AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Seth Rollins. I mean, the Authority wasn't really his faction. I still give that to Triple H and Stephanie. He was just the poster boy of it. But his legit faction, he has the Vision. 2 future World Heavyweight Champions, and one of them being a former 2-time NXT champion, Braun Breaker. His wife, multi-time world champion, Becky Lynch, and himself, the current 2-time reigning defending World Heavyweight Champion. Then you have the big dog, the muscle of the Shield, Roman Reigns.
All right, BK.
He went on to form one of the greatest factions of all time, and that is the Bloodline. And there's championships galore within that group as anyway. The Usos, multi-time tag team champions, longest reigning tag team champions in modern day history. Solo Sikoa, former NXT champion, or North American champion, excuse me. Sami Zayn, former Intercontinental champion, tag team champion, NXT World Heavyweight champion. I've never seen the Horsemen split up, go their separate ways, form their own faction, and still be this dominant with their factions. Ric Flair, I don't count Evolution. I still think that was Triple H because Triple H went and got Ric Flair first. So Mox, he has the Death Riders, and they still come out to this day. Reminiscences of the Shield still coming out through the crowd. So he still keeps that Shield interest alive. And of course, you got Roman Reigns. So I just want to give shout out to the Shield because this is why I say those 3 guys, not only do they still run professional wrestling, I still hold them as one of, if not the greatest faction that has ever lived in wrestling. Because look at the history they made once they broke up. And they're still running the business. All 3 of them has had a faction. So that's my acknowledgement. My acknowledgement is Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Dean Ambrose / John Moxley, the Shield, because these guys' imprint is all over the place. And as of right now, Mox and Seth, they still got a faction.
Well, I think Roman
Reigns dominated WWE for 4 years with his.
I think about this faction when I first seen them, and I'm like, who are these? I mean, these 3 young dudes just coming out of nowhere, and they got the cop outfits on, and obviously you know what they did in NXT, Seth, Roman, and obviously Ambrose, and obviously they pull up the Survivor Series, and then on, it was just a path of destruction, the Hounds of Justice. And then when they break, obviously everyone still remembers where they were the night that chair went in Roman's back. And we all know where we were that night. Well, all 3 of them became world champion in one night. And we all know where we're going to be. We don't know where we're going to be, but the day will come. Well, all 3 of them are going to be back together one more time, whether it's at a reunion, in a Raw or SmackDown reunion, or when they get inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. We all will be there to celebrate how they went from 3 promising prospects to 3 icons of professional wrestling.
Faces of the business.
Yeah, and when Mox left, obviously we all remember where we were that night when they showed Moxley's final night on Raw, and he addresses the crowd. It was just, they're going, look, the Shield will go down in history as one of the greatest factions. As you say, it might be the greatest faction, but the simple fact that they went on to branch on to be the faces of other factions, and all those factions have held, so far have held gold within them. We're still waiting to see what happens with the Vision. Of course, obviously, it's just Seth and Becky right now, and then we'll see what happens with Braun and Bronson. But the Usos have held gold. Obviously, Solo, when he came to the Bloodline, he held gold. He had gold from NXT. And then look at within the Death Riders, of course, being trios champs. So, and Mox being, and all of them being world champ, separate from WWE, and it's a good thing. So,
Yeah.
Salute them.
Yeah, because people used to call me crazy and said the Shield's the greatest faction of the time. And the more you think about it, the more you look at the resume and the stuff they're done, it's like you can't really. It's hard to argue because yes, you had the four horsemen, but there was different members of the horsemen. At one point, you had Dean Malenko and Chris Benoit. You added Mongo McMichaels to the mix. You had
Say that in JT's. Hey, look at JT's comment.
JT. Let's no. Even if you want to count that, that's just Rick. What did everybody else do? It's like when I say form their own factions, I don't mean be a retired person being a manager of a faction. I mean these guys went on, actively wrestled. Hey, Mons, actively wrestled while having other factions of their own. There's no one has done that, bro. You know this, JT. I don't know why you trying to play me like that.
And then you think about even with the Horsemen, when Pillman joined, he didn't join the faction. He left the Horsemen, and when he ended with WWE, what did he do? He joined the Hart Foundation.
Yeah. Listen, Ric Flair wrestled probably 2 weeks ago in a bar somewhere. The man doesn't count. Like it's just one man, JT. All three of them, active wrestlers to this day, have their own factions winning gold. No matter how hard you try to advocate, ain't nothing better than the Shield, man. That they 3 men ran through an entire roster as heels and baby faces. This is why I love Dark State so much, because they showed me what the Shield was like. Obviously, they're not going to come close to the Shield in this day and age, but because, like, yeah, they're just the greatest faction ever, and there's no other faction that can come close to that. Sorry, but not sorry. But yeah, that's pretty much all we got for this week. We're getting close to episode 50.
Yes.
We are 3 episodes away for our first 50th episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for still tuning in. Shout out to everyone that pulled up. Yes, but no. Sorry, JT. Now you're trying to give subcategories. No, we're not doing that, fam.
Acknowledge fortune.
And they still wrestle. All 3 members of the Shield still wrestle. But yeah. So yeah, we're gonna get up out of here. Tune into Sports for You Friday as basically they're gonna get you ready. They're gonna recap Thursday Night Football as NFL is officially back. Gonna get you ready for Brazil, the game in Brazil. Which, John, aren't you doing a little watch along for that?
Yeah, special start time Friday, 5 p.m. Maybe about 15 minutes before 4:45 Pacific time. Sports for You, watch along for Chiefs versus Chargers, live from Sao Paulo, Brazil. I'll be here. Mark will be here. Trails won't pull up. I need JB from JB versus the World's pulling up. We gonna
actually. I won't, because I gotta go see The Conjuring.
We know
that's at 4. No, that's at 8 something. So I'll probably pop in on my phone.
Definitely. But OCC will be in the comments, but I'll be here. Mark will be here. Some of the CCN fam will pull up. also, and we're working on, and I'm talking about something else. We'll wait till I get official confirmation. But Friday night, 5:00, and we'll watch the Chiefs and the Chargers game from Sao Paulo, free on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. So you want to find a game. Last year the game was on Peacock. This year the game is going to be free on YouTube. So all you gotta do is turn on your YouTube app on your TV on your smartphone, and boom, go. They'll be right there on the homepage. And Karol G's performing at halftime.
Hell yeah!
It is going to be something.
I know Lake gonna be watching that.
Karol G will be at halftime, so enjoy the game. I'll be there, and then back at it Tuesday with Sports for You, because it's fight week, and I might have a special guest that'll be joining us to talk about that. But we got a lot next week. It's going to be on. Until
then, we'll see y'all Monday for Tribal Warzone with your boys, along with the Tahanas, Nessa and JoJo. So we're gonna get up out of here. Y'all have a good night. Enjoy the rest of y'all week, and yeet.